Hello, my dears. Welcome to Club Gigi. I'm Gigi, and this is the club. Cheers, my dear. Tink, and we drink. hmm So, today we're talking about streaming. This is part two on my advice for streamers. This is for a more experienced or advanced streamer, and I definitely recommend that you watch part one, which is down in the link below. Watch part one. There's good advice there for everybody. It's stuff, if you're an experienced streamer, you should know. Have a good photo, have some good lighting, have a good attitude, and have some good audio. That's really it. That covers the bases. But watch the video. There's some more stuff in there. Okay, so with having everything's good, right? You have an established brand, you have a flavor, you have a viewership that comes and sees you. You kind of know what you're doing, right? You want to kick it up to the next level. Here's my advice. Here's my experience. The first thing that I would do, switch up the pictures. It should still relate and coordinate and be a branding tool for your stream, but you can switch it up. People get tired of seeing the same old thing. If you switch something up just a little bit, it will be, oh, okay, Gigi put a new picture up. Let me click and see what's going on. Since this is new, I wonder what else is new. Or some people change their screen name. Add a little pizzazz or maybe a different font, put some emojis in your screen name. I wouldn't recommend that you change everything at once. You change your picture, you change your screen name, you change your backdrop. Changing your backdrop is a really good idea too, and it lets you know who's paying attention to you. If you change your backdrop up just a little bit, some people would notice, some people won't, but those people who notice, keep them around. Pay attention to what they say, because those are the people who are really watching you and really care about you, okay? But don't change everything at once, because then the people who are wanted to come and see you, they may not even, they might scroll right past you. You see what I'm saying? If I always wear red in my profile picture and then I switch it up, I'm wearing blue. I done went from Club Gigi, now I'm Gigi the Club, and everything's different, and my whole backdrop is black. You see what I'm saying? It's a total 180 from what you're used to from me. You might come in, you might be disappointed. Well, gee, this ain't the flavor I was wanted from you, okay? So let me go see if somebody else is giving me the flavor that I actually wanted. So don't change everything at once. Change things up little by little and see what works. There have been pictures that I loved, but they just, for whatever reason, people didn't click on them as much as they clicked on other pictures. Pay attention to what makes people click in, right? And when people do click in, be grateful. Pay attention. Pay attention to the people who are viewing you and who are interacting with you. Don't be afraid to ask them, what do you guys want? What do you guys think? What should we do? Listen to them, because they're the ones who are going to be hanging out with you, right? And that goes into, that goes into being reliable to your, I don't like the word fan base. Some people say fans, some people say my people, some people say my streamers, my gifters, some people get possessive. Some people consider themselves fans. I just prefer people who come and hang out with me, right? So be reliable to the people who come and hang out with you. Have a reliable stream. My stream, and as soon as I go to say, I get afraid that it's going to change. I get on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, midnight to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Maybe later, but I'm pretty reliable. Maybe I'll do some more. I try not to do any less, but come midnight, Gigi's going to be on. So be like that. You know what I'm saying? People can plan you around their day. Be reliable. Interact with the comments. Interact with the comments. Do things that get people to comment, because that's how you grow. That's how the app will promote you and raise you in the trending. Getting a ton of comments, getting a ton of interactions on the little tap buttons, getting gifts, all of that will raise you up, right? So you want to do things that's going to entice people to comment. And easy things too. Like I said on the last video, what percent is your phone on? Everybody's going to have a different percent, right? It's not like saying, how are you? Everybody's going to say good. That's nothing, right? That's really not anything. It's so surface level. What percent is your phone on? At 46, 72. A lot of people like to say 69. Maybe somebody's at 100. Maybe somebody's only at 2%. If somebody's at 2% and they're spending their last 2% with you, you're doing something right. They want to stay with you, okay? So it's good to know. Another thing, we talk to people all around the world. What time is it where you are? everybody can have a different time. You see what I'm saying? So do things and interact and ask questions that people can have different responses for, and watch how more people come in, more people interact, more people will want to engage with you. I'm talking about interacting. Learn the gifts, right? Gifts are not everything. Diamonds are not everything by any means. But if you're an advanced, experienced streamer, you appreciate gifts, right? That's part of why you do it. You do it to connect with people, but also the gifts are very validating. They're very appreciated. At least I very much so appreciate gifts. So find how you can interact with the gift. If the gift has a little animation, let's say it's a birthday cake, right? And it has candles, and suddenly the candles blow out. You could blow the candles out. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's a little piece of candy. Maybe you lick the lollipop. Maybe something not that suggestive. I don't know. I don't know what kind of gifts you're receiving. They change constantly. That's the other thing. And if you're an experienced advanced streamer, you know this. As soon as you get used to something, as soon as you think you know what's going on, it will change. Okay? So don't get too used to anything. Be flexible. Be willing to change, be willing to adapt, but also have your flavor, and definitely interact with those gifts. Name the gifts, right? That's all. Pierre the parrot, for example. I have Pierre the parrot here. I was talking about backdrops and props. This was a buck, but you could put them back here. You could do anything. This is not a gift back there, but name your shit or your gifts. Name your stuff and interact with it. He got a little too distracting for me, so he's out of here. And like I said, don't get possessive of people. Seasons change. There may be somebody who sends you Pierre the parrot and flies out the stream the next day. That person doesn't owe you an explanation. The person whose stream that they go into ain't your biggest enemy because they stole your gifter. That was never your gifter, okay? They didn't steal nobody away from you, right? And you have to think, you got to do it for the love. You got to do it for the enjoyment. If you're doing it solely for the gifts and solely for the money, first of all, you're going to be able to tell. The viewer's going to be able to tell. It's going to be off-putting. You're only interacting with people who gift you. You're missing out on people who might gift you if you were kind to them. You would be so surprised how many people you don't expect are about to gift you down, and they do because you engage with them over time. But if you ignore them because they're not gifting, they're never going to cross that line in the first place. So be grateful. Don't be possessive. Let people go, and don't be in it just for the love of money. Be in it for the love of the company, because you're not going to get the money back of the time that you put in. And then when you do hit a cash out, which you probably will and probably already have, when you do hit that cash out, invest it back into your stream, right? For myself, I invested into my fabric, my outfits. Makeup is not free. These backdrops, I don't know if y'all can tell, I added a lot of sparkle to this backdrop. Even today, you really can't tell, but it's good to invest. I know it's there. It gives me a little more pizzazz. The people will notice. So invest back into your stream, okay? And don't think that you're so high and mighty, that you've been around so long, that everybody just knows who you are. Lose your ego, or check your ego. It's very easy to get on an ego trip on here. Okay, it's very easy. Everybody doesn't know who you are. There's new people who come in every single day. Be kind to those new people. You never know. That new person might turn into your top gifter. That new person might share your same sense of humor and turns into your right hand, or sets you up for a joke, or hits the punchline harder than you could hit it. And these people are, what am I trying to say? Priceless. That's not the word I was going for, but that's the truth. These people who come in and engage with you and give you their time out of their day is priceless, okay? So yes, be kind to new people. They probably have seen you. You're advanced, you're experienced, you've been around the block. The new people were probably watching you, okay? So don't be a jerk to them, because low-key they were a fan of yours, right? So now now you should feel bad. If you're rude to somebody who looks up to you, just don't be like that, right? You guys know you have to have good audio, especially when you're doing a verse. Let's talk about the verse. And the verse we know is when there's one streamer on one side, another streamer on another side, and the comments down below. Have some headphones in, okay? And be a good co-host. Don't just stare at the other person and make the other person do all the work. You are not a good co-host. You're not a good co-streamer, because when you do a verse, you're opening your stream to two different streams. We should be working together. Yeah, we can talk, crap to each other. Yeah, we can have funny banter. Yeah, we can even make fun of each other to an extent, right? It has to be a level of respect. You better, if you gonna talk crap with me, you better at least be funny. There better be some punchlines, not just, oh, you look like Rey Mysterio, LOL. That's, okay. I done heard that 100 million times. So is there a punchline there? Or, you know what I'm saying? Be a good co-host. Know your boundaries. That's what we talked about in the first part. Know your boundaries and don't let anybody bring you outside of your character. You should know by now. There's a lot of trolls, right? There's a lot of people who want to get under your skin and who have observed you and probably on different profiles too, observed you, know what's going to push your button, coming in, sneaking in, and going to push your button. Are you going to let them? Are you going to let them get you to this point that you're so worked up over this insignificant person who probably don't even have a profile picture, probably a level 1, probably insignificant to your day? Are you going to let them get you whirled up, worked up, riled up? I hope not. I hope not. I hope you remember this and you leave it here. Here's my biggest piece of advice, and I have a couple more things, but this is, if you don't take anything else from this video, take this. And I should have told him on part 1, but I'm telling you now. Do not take this streaming app and the energy that it gives you. Do not take that to bed with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Leave it here. I have my own little room right here. Sometimes I burn incense and clear the energy. My streaming stays in this room. It don't go to bed with me. And I hope that you can do that too. Let the shenanigans and foolery stay right here. It's fine. It's fine to have foolery, but don't let it affect you. Same thing, like, don't obsess with how you look. Don't let these cameras play a trick on your mind, right? Because these cameras see things in a way that a human eye doesn't even see, right? That's a big part of why I wear my mask, because these cameras focus, they encourage and help me and make me focus on my insecurities and my imperfections. So try to be nice to yourself, okay? And be nice to everybody else. The last piece of advice that I have for you experienced streamers is, don't hold your breath for a badge, for to be a top streamer, to be recognized or sponsored from the app. There will be people, and I've seen this, people who have been a very prominent, very popular streamer, a very, everybody knows this streamer on this app, but they don't get a badge. They don't get a badge, they don't get a badge, they don't get a badge. Until finally maybe they do, okay? Finally maybe they do, years and years on. So just because you've been on here for a few months and you killing it, yeah, you are, you're killing it. And don't let it stop you that you're not getting your badge right now. Keep going, right? Because a badge is not sometimes all that it's cracked up to be. A lot of these places, you have to meet a certain criteria to even remain a top streamer. It's kind of like on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, how you don't really realize the celebrities have to pay to be on the Walk of Fame, like $250,000, something like that. It's very similar. A top streamer or a sponsored streamer oftentimes has to bring in a certain amount of diamonds to remain a top streamer. And what that means is you're obligated to encourage the people who are viewing you to gift you, and ultimately, you're not even getting half of that. You're not even getting half of what they're spending. So sometimes it's a blessing in disguise not to be a badge, right? So don't hold your breath. Here's the other thing. Don't get worked up when somebody you notice. Okay, here, let me tell you my example. I met this young man on a verse on his first week, right? He's gagging. He's beside himself, jaw on the floor, speechless with the whole setup, the whole production, everything that I've got going on. As quick as I can talk, as quick as I got a punchline, as soon as he's ready to, talk, I got a zinger for him. And he's blown away. And I'm giving him a lot of the advice that I'm sharing with you guys. That's why I made these videos. I share a lot of this advice for free for people who don't ask. But now you're getting it for free. And maybe you did ask, or maybe you didn't. But anyway, the thing is, so that young man went on, and maybe 2 months later, boom, top badge, right? And Did that mess with my ego? Of course. I put you on game to a lot of this stuff that you're using, and you may or may not have just forgotten about me. So did that, make me feel some type of way? Yeah, it did. It did. But you know what? I'm still able to do what I do freely, and he's working for the app, right? He's making the app more money. And yeah, he's making money too, but everybody has their own season. Everybody has their own time period. Everybody has their own journey, right? So don't get jealous. Don't let your ego get in the way. I'm talking to myself here. G, don't let your ego get in the way. Okay, I think that's all I have. Cheers, Tink, and we drink. So let's do a quick recap, right? Switch up your visuals. Don't keep it stale. I don't want to see a picture from a year ago. I don't want to see how you looked 2 years ago. I kind of want to see how you looking right about now. So switch up your visuals. Be reliable. Be kind. Have some good audio, some good visuals. Engage with your comments. Ask questions that encourage people to comment. Which, by the way, what time is it where you're watching this? What time is it right now when you're watching this video? Would you comment that down below? What time is it? Don't get possessive of people. Invest back into your stream. Engage with everybody, especially new people. And don't hold your breath for a badge. All right. I will talk to you next time. I don't know what the topic is going to be next time. Do you have any suggestions? All right. Well, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Mwah.